Good evening, VV Nation. Happy Friday. Man, it's been a wild ride in the market, right? Our proprietary market timing indicator showing us some indecision in the market. So tonight's presentation, I'm going to go over the VectorVest Composite, the NASDAQ 100, Bitcoin, things of that nature, defense stocks, get a sense and a pulse of the market, keep you on the right side of the trades. On top of that, we're going to jump into Unisearch. I've got 5 fish I'm going to share with you this evening as the market pulls back, because as I see, the primary wave is up currently. So there are some buying the dip opportunities, but be careful because the MTI continues to trend lower, and historically does like to bottom out around 0.6. So it does show me that there's potentially some more downside action ahead. So let's go ahead and jump into software, take a look at the charts, and make some money. Here we are on the VectorVest homepage. We can see the major indices in positive territory ever so slightly. The VectorVest Composite, a broad market, down right now. One red light in the color guard as of yesterday. The confirmed down situations, what really captured the big moves in the market, went down. That's why I'm more in the boat of protecting profits right now than just going out and buying stocks. So let me show you some of the charts I have for you to make sure we're staying on the right side of these trades. First up is going to be the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100. You can see price action. Guess what? It's still within the body of Friday's sell-off, last Friday's sell-off, right? So not a lot of decision and not a lot of conviction either way. So that's why I'm saying don't go out and sell everything. But hey, if you want to tighten your stops, reevaluate some of your positions, that is appropriate. Now, the level I'm looking at here, if it breaks much below 592, get more on the defensive side. As we take a look at some of these other charts here, the next up is going to be the VectorVest Composite. Again, this looks at over 9,000 stocks. The Qs just looked at 100. So this is a broader outlook of the market. Now, the VectorVest Composite, we've been talking about it, rising in the ascending channel, broke that ascending channel, but guess what? We got rejection from the bottom end. Now, I do have a level support here around 76.6 to about $76. You can see that's where we're finding a level support right now with today's open body candlestick. Now, if today's candlestick closes below the 76, I would get more defensive in my portfolio. Otherwise, if we close within the zone here, that's still indecision in my opinion. But look at the VectorVest Composite again, lower left, upper right. As of right now, it looks like a healthy pullback. As I take a look at some of these other charts, first thing I want to look at is gold here. Look at this bearish engulfing candlestick taking form. See if we get some confirmation on this come tomorrow. Now, I've been talking about gold being a little on the overstretched side the last few days here. This is my trend line. You can see it's way overextended from prior examples here. So a healthy pullback to at least a 20-day EMA. I'm not going to be surprised in gold by all means, but I'm still going to be bullish on gold in the long term. So if you're a long-term investor, hey, get ready for, potentially a little healthy pullback in gold. If you're a swing trader, protect those profits, right? Wait for the next swing to get in. But the confirmation will come from this bearish engulfing come tomorrow if we get follow through. But I just want to put that on your radar. Now, here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been taking a hit lately, right? You can see the sell recommendation just come into place on Bitcoin. Now, if you're a Bitcoin believer and you're thinking about buying the dip, look at the BTC ETF, right? These ETFs are relatively new. You can see the 200-day moving average just starting out here. If I zoom back into a 3-month time span, I'm getting excited about this because right now I'm seeing price action right around this 200-day. Look for the pivot off this 200-day. This could be a nice, healthy pullback for Bitcoin. Now, if we break that 200-day, yes, getting a little bit more defensive on Bitcoin. Not a bad idea, especially if you're holding crypto mining stocks. A lot of those stocks can be pretty volatile in nature when it comes to crypto's price action, in particular Bitcoins or Ethereums. But right now, I do like this 200-day moving average. We'll see if the pivot comes to fruition here in the near future. Some of the other charts I have for you today, the last one is going to be dfen, aerospace and defense. Now, I just chose this one because I know a lot of people are, in aerospace and defense stocks. If we take a look over the last 6 months here, parabolic move here. This ETF was under $30. It traded above 70. I said after these two candlesticks, get a little defensive, but look, we just broke the 20-day EMA, almost retesting it from the bottom end several times here. Now, I do find a level support here from this prior channel around $60.75. Right now we're at $65.25. So I do expect price action, me personally, going back to this level. try to find a level support. Look for the pivot close to $60.75. You can see relative timing also giving us indication that momentum for the bulls is waning. So I see this as a healthy pullback and a nice retest potentially off this prior support line from the top of the channel. All right, it's Friday evening. I know everybody wants some fish. I'm in Unisearch. So the fish I'm looking for tonight, they got to be under $20. I want volume here. So I've got moving average volume at least 100,000. Now these I do want to be undervalued. So I've got price action less than value. Growth rate's got to be above 1. Right now I got sales growth rate above 5%. I want sales growth rate preferably to be outperforming earnings growth rate. Now when I ran the search, it was all gold mining stocks. Yes, gold is hot. If we're going to buy the dip on gold, can't be mad at it by all means. But I did get rid of that gold and mining stocks. I want to see other stocks that would appear in the list. And these are the 5 stocks, all buy recommendations, all undervalued. If we scroll over here to the forecasted data, look at the growth rate and earnings, sales growth rate, double digits across the board. If we notice here, a lot of the sales growth rate outpacing earnings, right? That's a good sign. I want fuel for that earnings engine. Sales is going to be the fuel for the earnings. And that engine is going to drive stock price higher. So let's jump at the charts to see the potential with these positions. All right, first up on the list, telecom stock, GILT, Satellite. I've only talked about this company like one time in the past from old telecommunications video. You can see, look at the stock though, roaring as of late. Went from about $8 to about $13. But not only is price action roaring, look at value. The stock is undervalued. Both are rising. Forecasted data, all moving in the right direction. Phenomenal numbers. Yes, the stock's taking a little breather. Me personally, if it does pull back, I look for the pivot right at this level support here, right below the 20-day EMA, around $13 to about $12.48. The next stock I have on the list going to be HBM, Hudbay Minerals. Again, mining companies are hot. I didn't get rid of the mining other industry space, so some of the mining companies did appear in the list. Look at price action, lower left, upper right. I'm looking for a nice healthy pullback. That 20-day EMA, you see all it worked nicely last time. I think that's probably going to work nicely this time as well. Values on the rise, forecasted data, phenomenal, all moving up over the last 3 months here. Growth rate and earnings, 20%, sales growth rate outpacing it, 31%. Put this company on your radar. Here is CommScope holding. I mean, price action, it has been in a channel for quite some time here. You can see the top of this channel here and the bottom of the channel coming in around $14.63. See where price action takes us. We get price action above this channel. This is a lot of pent up momentum, and look at value rising. Sales growth rate earnings is flat, but 34%. Sales growth rate 32%. Rising earnings per share. If price action can break out of this channel to the upside, I'd put an alert on this position. This could be a good position with some momentum to the upside. Now, if we get a break below this, we've got a big gap to fill, and the 200-day is moving right in at the bottom of that gap. Could be a good bottom fishing opportunity if price action breaks below this channel and we see that pullback. But a good stock with some good potential plays coming in the near future. That's why I want it on your radar. Here's another one. Puma Biotech, PBYI. You can see the big move up back in August. Price action kind of channeling to the side here. First level resistance going to come in around $5.44. You see price action trying to break above that right now. A little bit of rejection yesterday, but coming back today. I like the momentum overall, lower left, upper right over the last few weeks here. Forecasted data, all moving in the right direction. Earnings per share faltering a little bit, but higher than it was 3 months ago. The numbers look good. 17%, 11% on the sales side. Not a bad stock to have on your radar. Now, here's the last stock this evening. Again, another parabolic move back in August. Taking a breather since then. Price under pressure right now. Just went below the 20-day EMA. A little early on this position, right? We do have the buy rating, but let's see if we get price action back above that 20-day EMA for a nice, healthy move. But even, for my investors, look at value. Nice steady rise. Growth rate and earnings turnaround story was negative, now positive at 17%. Sales growth rate also increasing to 31%. Even earnings per share higher than it was 3 months ago. Let's take a look at this on a 1-year chart. On a 1-year chart, yes, it's got some pretty big dips, but overall, lower left, upper right. A little bit of volatility in nature here at 882 from this prior swing high. Currently at 862. Price action can get back above that. That would be my early warning sign for the bulls. Confirmation, get it back above the 20-day EMA. But overall, volatile stock moving in the right direction can bring trade opportunities in the future. Now, I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation. Just try to keep you on the right side of the market. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and I'll see you guys next week.